Welcome to Stockholm. Today we're diving into the Fika culture, bouncing between a traditional style Swedish cafe in the neighborhood of Gamla Stan and comparing it to the more modern approach to specialty coffee with drop coffee in Södermalm. Hey coffee explorers, I'm Brody, the Nomad Barista, and I'm excited to kick off this new series because I really believe that coffee cultures from around the world have a lot to share. They have so much long history and strong influence on the way that we enjoy coffee today. So while I was back in Sweden, I wandered the streets until I came across the most rustic and cozy cafe I could find. It was called Kaffeekoppen. It was a chilly day, so I was relieved to step inside the warm room filled with candles, cinnamon buns, and of course, coffee. It's common to see espresso machines now, though batch brew really is the classic. But let's talk about what fika actually means here in Sweden. The word itself came from the 19th century coffee slang kaffe, with an I, just rearranged, and soon became a mandated Swedish coffee break. And I say mandated, but really it's just become such an integrated part of Swedish, specifically workplace life. So they're part of taking a break, and it's even frowned upon if you miss it. Swedes can correct me here, but it's really a time to get together and bond as a team, and of course, relaxation, which is important. So this is the traditional Swedish blueberry pie with vanilla. It's nice, pretty subtle. And the coffee itself, this one's really not bad. It's a little bit on the dark side, but in terms of quality, it's really nice, buttery, in a small little cup. But what's typical here in Sweden, especially in the older shops, is unlimited refills. So if you want more of these small little cups, you got more. I'm almost done. So the thing that I loved most about this place was just its authentic vibe, just the feeling, the looking around, seeing the walls. They must have had so many stories. The candles must have been there for quite a long time as well. The only thing I felt like was missing was maybe some authentic Nordic Swedish music. But I assume the regulars probably wouldn't appreciate listening to that every single day. It gave me a sense of what it might have been like to have fika back in the day. But I'm curious, do you have any sort of traditional classic style cafe in your hometown that I should come visit? If you do, leave it down in the comments. I want to see what it's like. All right, off to taste something new. Now let me show you a Stockholm classic when it comes to specialty coffee. Drop Coffee Roasters. Drop Coffee has been roasting since 2009, and it really is a key spot to visit here in Stockholm. Look who it is. Yeah. Keep finding you everywhere. You can run into friends from the global coffee community and also choose from their wide variety of single origin coffees. I opted for an Ethiopian filter from Anasora in the region of Guji. And back to fika, the cinnamon bun, or kanabule, as they say, really is a staple pastry when it comes to this Swedish activity. But in Drop, it really is about the coffee. They've won several roasting awards over the years, and they focus heavily on coffee farm relationships with their whole entire offering. If it's your first time ever at a specialty coffee shop, definitely recommend trying an Ethiopia. Very unique. It was actually an Ethiopian natural that got me into specialty coffee in the first place, but when it comes to sweets, I do have to admit, I'm a sucker for the cardamom bun. Basically, it's a cinnamon bun, but better. Don't you agree? So I loved both of these spaces, but for different reasons. For example, in the Kaffeekoppen, I felt like I was transported back in time, yet at the same time stuck in place, that I might not be able to experience that same thing anywhere else. It was uniquely Swedish. In Drop, on the other hand, I felt like I could be transported to so many different places around the world, from Ethiopia, Bolivia, Nicaragua, Honduras, Kenya. And as a coffee nerd, my thirst for unique flavors was definitely quenched here, while knowing also that my money was contributing to a positive supply chain, that it was going right back to the farmers that was producing the coffee. At the same time, physically, I felt like I could have been anywhere in the world. The vibe, unless I looked around and saw the Swedish words on the menu, I could have easily been back in Toronto, maybe a little bit of nostalgia there, or Brooklyn, or London, Tokyo even, maybe even Bogota. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't love it. It definitely gave off a really nice Swedish modern vibe, but I think there's value in exploring different types of coffee cultures from around the world, and I want to take you with me. So let me know. Tell me in the comments, which occasion would you visit either the traditional or the modern coffee house here in Sweden? Subscribe if you haven't already for more coffee adventures. And as usual, see you out there.